Hey guys, so Zoom meetings. You all know how to join a Zoom meeting, but how do you set one up? So if I click on a new tab and I go to my Zoom tab, it's probably already going to sign me in. If you go to Zoom, you're going to see a box saying sign up. Put in a username, password. Don't do that. Look down to the bottom of the box and you'll see sign in with Google. Make sure you're signed in on your school email account and then simply click on the sign in with Google. So you would already have been in your own school Gmail account when you go to Zoom, and then just use the sign in with Google, give it all the permissions that it wants, and then you're ready to schedule a meeting. But before you do that, we were talking about closed captioning and all that kind of stuff. What you want to do is you want to go over to the left-hand side here and take a look at settings. So these are the settings that are going to apply to any meeting that I create. So here I have start meetings with host video on. Yeah, I want to do that. Start meetings with participant video on. Participants can change during this meeting. Sure. Audio type, telephone and computer, that's both. Join before host. Allow participants to join the meeting before the host arrives. I don't think that's such a good idea, so I'm going to leave that off. The rest of the stuff is already pretty set up. So I need to find in-meeting basic settings. I'm going to scroll down to there. Mute participants upon entry. You can do that as a meeting host and then they can unmute themselves. That's actually probably quite a good idea, but we'll leave that as it is. Here's where we want to get to if you're setting up a meeting and you need closed captioning, okay? This is basic stuff. Let's go to advanced. There it is, closed captioning. I've already turned it on for me. So that means that I can assign some, I could probably get that option when I go into the meeting. I was a little worried that it was a paid for function when I first started exploring this 5 minutes ago. But hopefully this will work. So that's where you see all the settings, okay? If we click back to where we were, you can go into settings that way and set up your meetings with kind of a template, I guess. So I'm going to click back from there, and I'm going to schedule a meeting. Okay, so I have to schedule the 8th grade. So I'm going to call this MYP3 online classroom. With the idea being that when I set up this meeting at 9 o'clock every day, I will be passing the host of this meeting to the next teacher or to the next person who wants to host this class so that the kids are not having to move from meeting to meeting. They can just stay in this, okay? So this is where, MYP3 classroom, online classroom, Provincetown schools. Okay. When? Okay, so I want to set it up for tomorrow for sure. It's going to start at 9 a.m. There we go. Make sure we get the AM on there. Really important to pay attention to these datos. The duration is going to be from 9 until probably noon or 12:30. I'm going to overestimate and make a 4-hour meeting. Okay. Make sure your GMT is correct. Make sure you're on Eastern time. It is a recurring meeting. So do we want to do it every day? No. I think we're doing this as we would normally do homerooms, so that will be during the days of the week. So it's going to be daily. I want to repeat it every one day, I guess. And the end date for this is probably going to be Friday. So I can put that in there. After, I don't really need to do, well, I could do an end date, or I could do after 3 occurrences. So that's actually kind of interesting. So let's do after 3 occurrences like that. So that is going to populate 3 meetings, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. Require a meeting password? No. Host video is on, participant video is on. We're going to have both audio and telephone if necessary. Meeting options, enable join before host. No. Mute participants upon entry. Well, it's a bit rude. Maybe we'll end up having to do that, but we'll see. Enable waiting room. No need to do that. Record the meeting automatically on the local computer. Now, I could check this, and it would record the meeting on my computer. I don't really think I want to do that. I want it to be recorded in the cloud. And you'll see that there's a record button when you actually go into the Zoom meeting. So I'm going to hit save and see what happens here. So, okay, here we are. Every day, 3 occurrences, show all occurrences, add to Google Calendar. I can do that. So let's click on there. Choose an account. I'm going to choose my account because I'm setting it up. I'm allowing it. And I'm going to save this. There's the conference address. I'm just going to hit save. And there we have it. There's the MYP3 online classroom, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, obviously, as I go into next week, I could set up the meeting on Monday to run through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. And if I click into this, I can see the Zoom link right here. Okay. And I can copy that, but I can also copy it from my meeting information, my Zoom meeting information. And there's the URL there. I can click into that, copy it, if I can get my mouse to work, and send it to my students that way, okay? So that's all there is to it. Now, the next video, really short video, talking about how to pass the host, because that's going to be the other important piece. But for now, let's deal with this.